Welcome to HITC Sport. Alright, every time an international tournament rolls about, there's always a few other world stars who spend the month playing like a bunch of drugged up hippopotamuses. I remember watching even the legendary Ronaldinho at a World Cup, and he played like Stuart Downing if Stuart Downing spent 2 weeks eating nothing but butter. Good Christ, if you judge Wayne Rooney in international tournaments alone, you'd come to the conclusion that he's about as intimidating as a scarecrow made of cheese. So listen, before we start this tournament, I'm gonna look like an utter genius right now. I'm picking every team's best player who will utterly flop this summer, by their own high standards anyway. So sorry lads, let me completely dispel your optimism by picking the one player who's going to tank. And no, I don't mean Deji's dog. Right, let's go. Italy, CIRO Immobile. CIRO Immobile is an absolute goal machine, and betting against this man when he's in this sort of red-hot form, it's about as sensible as licking the inside of a toaster. But I just get the feeling we're about to see this other Lazio goal machine freeze like Naomi Osaka in a press room. He's 31 years old and never cut it at an international tournament. This is his last chance to show something meaningful to his grandkids. He's always been an anonymous bit-part cameo player at the 2014 World Cup and Euro 2016. He couldn't even score against us. Trust me, this summer Immobile will be goal shy. He will barely register a shot on target. He'll just look like the Italian Dwight Gale. Trust me, he will look about as shy as someone with a small knob at a urinal. Just you wait and see. By the way lads, try and hit how many subscribers as soon as possible. Come on, let's try and get this done by the end of Euro 2020. That would just be ridiculous. But listen, if you're not subscribed, smack that button. And let's get back into the video. Switzerland, XHERDAN, SHAQIRI. The weight of expectations Switzerland fans have for XHERDAN SHAQIRI to do something, anything at the international tournament is bordering on ridiculous. But to be fair, the guy set the bar pretty high. World Cup hat-tricks, Euro 2016 goal of the tournament, bicycle kicks. Good Christ, most mere mortals who would attempt that goal would probably crack their spine in half. But don't expect any of that this time out. No, the guy is in the worst run of his career. Turkey, BURAK, YILMAZ.
How dare you speak ill of the legendary BURAK YILMAZ? Oh, Irish guy, don't you know he's just won League One with Lille?
Listen, yeah, I do know that this Turkish journeyman is just off the back of an electric season, smashing home 18 goals, finished top of the pile in France, but I'm sorry, in a jam-packed schedule of intense games this season, I can't be the only one who thinks that a striker who turns 36 next month is probably in need of a goddamn rest. The guy will be a burnt-out yogurt pot this summer, and to prove it, for every goal he scores in the tournament, I will gladly eat a chunk of Weetabix that's been drenched in a pint of Foster's. Wales, Aaron Ramsey. If you're a country who relies on the fitness of Aaron Ramsey, then good luck with that. Look forward to spending the month of June ripping chunks of hair out of your scalp next time he pulls his hamstring while sitting on the toilet. Honestly, yes, he is a highly paid Juventus superstar, but I'm sorry, if the man's body takes any more punishment, then in 10 years time he's gonna be stuck in a home and pissing into a bag. I guarantee you, he will limp off injured in at least one match. The man's lucky he wasn't born a horse, because otherwise he'd have been brought out back and had his brains turned into a soggy McFlurry many years ago. For those of you offended by my remarks that he's gonna spend the summer limping about like a three-legged dog in heat, then alright, if Ramsey plays every possible minute of Wales' Euro 2020 campaign, then I will go outside and walk for 9 hours straight and see where that gets me. Belgium, Eden Hazard. Listen, we've known about Eden Hazard's struggles, but in Spain, lads, this tournament is just going to be sad. We're officially about to watch a £100 million superstar perform to such an underwhelming degree that he'll now be publicly written off as a Belgian Alexis Sanchez and getting linked with West Ham. A once great footballer who now is the end product of a plastic Tesco bag. I'm pretty sure Hazard now is the self-confidence of a middle-aged divorced father of 6 who's now considering booking a hotel getaway with his blow-up doll. Hazard is miserable right now. Can't even smile anymore without Madrid fans wanting him persecuted for treason. He scored 4 goals since leaving Chelsea, and that was in 2019. I mean, come on. He won't score a single goal here. Roberto Martinez will drop him, and for a potential Ballon d'Or contender, be excluded by a man who once paid legal tender for Aidan McGeady. Oh, by the end of this tournament, Hazard is gonna feel like sticking his face in a pint of dog food. Denmark, Martin Braithwaite. There used to be a British TV show called At Home with the Braithwaites, which was about a bunch of middle-class nobodies who won the lottery. Well, that is Martin Braithwaite's life right now. A Middlesbrough flop who's somehow been given the chance to spend his 30s playing in the same team as Lionel Messi. I'm not really sure how that one works. Listen, everyone loves him for living the dream, but let's be honest. He scored 3 league goals for Barcelona. 3! He's their version of Odion Gallo. I'm expecting him to largely waddle about like a pregnant turkey. He won't score a goal, but not only that, he's going to miss an open goal from 6 yards out. He's going to be put in the blooper reel at the end of this tournament. I can see it in my mind's eye. Finland, Teemu Pukki. Teemu Pukki is a Finnish goal machine, right? That entire country is going to be looking towards him for goals. And considering he's just off the back of a 26-goal season for Norwich, you'd expect his confidence to be sky high, right? But no, listen, this guy will now be coming up against a higher caliber of defense than the likes of James Chester and Tyler Black bracket. In the first match, Simon Kjær will stick him so far deep into his pocket that PUKKI's face will be squashed up against the inner lining of his sweaty ball bag. How's that for a nice mental image? Russia, Denis Cheryshev. Denis Cheryshev was a star of the 2018 World Cup, right? Even tipped to return to Real Madrid. Yeah, look at him now. The 30-year-old Russian winger is so far past it. Right now, he's got about as much chance of a return to superstardom as Bill Cosby does. He won't do anything this tournament, I promise you that. Austria, Marko Arnautovic. It's always dangerous peeling mercenary footballers off the Chinese sidewalk and chucking them headfirst into a squad for an international tournament. Clearly, they've already swapped their motivation and ambition for a big fat paycheck. Arnautovic, he's used to dribbling past Chinese centre-backs who only took up the sport age 23. He's used to living on a diet of 7-Up and chicken McNuggets. So asking him to compete against actual top defenders this summer, if he plays, we're going to witness a once confident king like Arnautovic reduced to a quivering wimp of a man. And for a man of his confidence, it's a bit sad. It'd be like seeing Simon Cowell, now reduced to spending 9 hours scrolling Tinder for a date. Okay, they are in the same group as North Macedonia, so let's say this, right? If Arnie scores 2 goals, I'll eat scrambled egg off a toilet seat. Netherlands, MATTHIJS Delight. This is a call. Predicting MATTHIJS Delight, arguably the best young centre back in the world, to have a stinker of a Euros, you'd be half convinced I just snorted Vaseline out of a fat plumber's belly button. But no, okay, no, right? Just wait, you will see. Delight is currently carrying an injury, and let's not forget, he's been coached by Frank de Boer. Yes, he was once a great defender, but as a manager, honestly, look outside the window right now, and the next bus driver you see is probably just as equipped to coach the Dutch national team as Frank de Boer. Delight is going to have an utterly rotten tournament, so it'll be directly a fault for at least 3 goals. You'll see, you'll have tabloids writing him off as the Dutch Phil Jones. Delight, he is going to have a terrible summer. North Macedonia, Goran Pandev. Goran Pandev is older than his goddamn country. Yes, he's a treble-winning striker, but that was 11 years ago. The man's only 40 years of age. He turns 38 next month. He'll have utterly no impact whatsoever. Ukraine, OLEKSANDR Zinchenko. I'm gonna say it. OLEKSANDR Zinchenko looked utterly broken after the Champions League final defeat to Chelsea. To be fair, it was his mistake that cost Man City the match. I'm guessing that entire match would have cut through him like a blade. The last thing he wants to do right now is play more football. He just wants to spend the summer crying in his bed. And with uncertainty over his future at Man City now, oh, the poor guy is gonna have such an anonymous tournament with Ukraine. Just you watch, just littered with errors. Lads, put it this way, if we don't see Zinchenko crying at this tournament, then I'll eat a pint of haggis out of a shoe. Croatia, Marcelo Brozovic. I don't think any Croatian player will have a completely hopeless tournament, but after an incredible season at Inter Milan, playing under the intense Antonio Conte, I'm predicting a summer of burnout for Marcelo Brozovic. He won't be a complete sack of cow kidneys or anything, but it'll just be a slightly underwhelming drop-off for the Croatian midfielder. Just all a bit meh. Czech Republic, Vladimir Darida. Here's Vladimir Darida, a 30-year-old captain of Czech Republic, a Hertha Berlin midfielder, steady, reliable. But here, I'm predicting the face of midfield battles with Luka Modric, Mason Mount and John McGinn. I'm almost convinced he's going to very quickly resemble a lost child in Tesco's. Darida is getting sent off at this tournament. If he doesn't get a red card this month, then I'll bring back the Ice Bucket Challenge. England, Marcus Rashford. This tournament is going to be filled to the brim of players who need a rest. Marcus Rashford, he needs to go to sleep. If this guy plays every possible game at the Euros, then he will have played over 80 times in 12 months. I'm surprised his feet haven't fallen off. Honestly, his toes must be filled with salty, wet puss. Anyone who saw his feeble performance in the Europa League final against Villarreal will tell you that Rashford now resembles something out of The Walking Dead, just sleepwalking his way through games. Good grace, the fellow's already booked in for foot surgery after the tournament. He's got issues with his shoulder, probably due to single-handedly carrying the hopes of hungry school children across the country. If he's not already physically exhausted, then how about being a political activist at 22 years of age? He's the Mancunian Willy Wonka trying to feed school kids breakfast out of a pram. The fact he's had Skype calls with Barack Obama. He's played nearly 60 times alone for Man United this season. He honestly must feel like a walking zombie. The man is physically and mentally exhausted. He's probably close to inventing a Tyler Durden alias and organising street fights in his basement. Honestly, if he scores at the Euros, it'll be a minor miracle. Scotland, Ryan Fraser. Ever since media interest from Arsenal and Liverpool melted Ryan Fraser's brain last summer, his career has fallen off a map. He's moved to Newcastle and ended this season the same way he ended the last, sitting out the last 9 matches. This time, due to a groin operation, he won't do anything for Scotland this summer. Anything at all. Poland, MATTHIJS KLICH. Well, it wouldn't be a predictions video without me underestimating someone from Leeds. Listen, yes, MATTHIJS KLICH has had a great season, but let's make a deal. If he gets an official man of the match award in any game, then I will fly to Luxembourg and spend this Christmas Day carving turkey in a piss-soaked cave. Slovakia, Marek HAMSIK. Marek HAMSIK is Slovakia's linchpin, right? At 33, be prepared to watch this guy have an utterly stinking tournament. Twice above 2 years of preparing in the Chinese relegation battle, and he's just seen the last few months living in Sweden, playing playing 6 games for Göteborg. Oh, for once Napoli, great. It's gonna be embarrassing watching him utterly dismantled by the Spanish midfield. Spain, David De Gea. Oh, David De Gea's confidence must be an utter wreck. He's lost his Man United place to Dean Henderson. Just saw 11 penalties go past him in the Europa League final. Oh yeah, and he missed the crucial kick. Not to mention his last international tournament with Spain was a complete mess. Lads, trust me, we are due to see another De Gea howler at this tournament. Just be prepared. Sweden, Jordan Larsson. Remember when Jordan Larsson and his dad were attacked by hooligans of his own team when Helsingborg lost their relegation playoff in 2016? Fair play to him for bouncing back to now be a Spartak Moscow goal machine, linked to Borussia Dortmund and following in his father's footsteps to go to an international tournament with Sweden. Sadly though, I'm not sure why, but I can feel it in my ball bag. Larsson is going to be given an opportunity to become a hero for his country, whether it be a one-on-one or a penalty or a chance at a penalty shootout, and he's going to fail. He is going to utterly bottle. I just have this vision of Jordan Larsson with his head in his hands weeping like a heavily pregnant cow. I'm not sure why, but I can feel it. France, Karim Benzema. Listen, Karim Benzema is a world-class superstar in the form of his life at Real Madrid right now, but I just can't help but feel that his return to France is going to be a bit awkward. Yes, he's just banged in 30 goals for Real Madrid. He's a world-class player, but this is a man who has previously accused his manager of bowing to racists. He's compared his teammate to a punctured go-kart. He's even offended the president of France. And am I forgetting some of the France squad are still mates with Mathieu Valbuena? If he truly believes that about his boss, then he's basically openly and publicly accusing him of possessing the backbone of a paralyzed sheep. Benzema is going to be a poisonous influence in the France dressing room. A divisive, controversial figure like him. Apparently he's targeting the golden boot. No, if he wins the golden boot, I'll drink a pint of microwave dog food. His return is going to be an awkward, messy affair for everyone. Trust me, a storm is coming. We are about to witness an Anelka-esque blow-up at this tournament. Cover your heads. It'll be like sticking a shepherd's pie in a blender. Germany, Timo Werner. If you didn't watch football and were instead told that Timo Werner just went from a 30-goal season in Germany to now winning the Champions League with Chelsea, you'd assume he was one of the most lethal strikers on the planet. Nah, instead, he's just scored 6 league goals, 11 less than Patrick Bamford. Oh lads, if Werner scores in this group of death, I'll film an entire video in the woods. Hungary, Adam Salai. 1 goal and 2 seasons for Mainz 05, and he's currently stuffed in the group of death. Let's make a deal. If Adam Salai scores a goal, I will personally mail him a love letter made of cheese. Portugal, João Felix. If this was in any other era than a £100 million wonder kid in João Felix, Portugal would be building the team around him. But he's just unlucky that Bruno Fernandes also exists in the team. I have a feeling that during this tournament, he's gonna look like an expensive jigsaw puzzle that doesn't really fit. Anyway, that's it. Let me know in the comments what do you think. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.